Good morning, how are you? Friday morning, we've made it to the end of another week. How's your week been? Today's 5 moves in 5 minutes is going to be about balance and strength. Have we had balance throughout the week? Have we managed our strength too? Working on it, and sometimes even just relaxing and letting it go a little bit, because we want to be doing the work, but we still want to be taking into account that rest and restorative action. So today's class, we do balance and strength. It's a bit of both, actually, because we take the time to focus on how things really feel, slow things down maybe if we need to, and just experience the body in a different way. So I'm going to show you 5 moves that we're going to do later on in our class. 2 or 3 of the moves I'm going to show you the ones that we do every week, so we have our progression. We can see how we're starting, we can see how we progress, how we can see advance on that movement as well. So for 45 seconds, we're going to start off with walking heel to toe, forward and back. So normally we're always saying like feet hip width apart, nice and in line, but sometimes we might need to walk in a different way. And I was trying to visualize this. If I'm walking along the curb, sometimes you might need to adjust where you walk. You've got to move, duck and dive. So practicing this is a great benefit. So off we go. So I'm literally foot grounded, heel to toe. It's a really nice way of getting that sense of where we are, how things feel. And before I forget, please make sure you only do what is suitable for you and you're feeling fit and well before you do anything. As we are doing balance, as you can see, maybe you need something just close by to rest a finger on or hold on to. So again, instantly my body's going, what's going on? Because I'm taking my leg behind and in front. I'm not in line with my hips. But again, it's good, it's challenging. And having the bare feet, I can sense the floor, I can feel it. My toes get a chance to gently press into the floor. I can feel my feet coming up, ankles working. Lovely. There we go. Really nice. From there, we will just come into our tiptoe, stand, lower, and tiptoe, stand, lower, and return to standing. So feet hip width apart, gently coming up, bending the knees, heels down, straightening. So up, bend, lower, straighten. So again, I'm extending on the toes, ankles are working, they're flexing, extending, knees to hips. Gently up, bend, lower. Now this time I'm aiming to keep my knees and my feet in line with my hips, so I feel pretty grounded. Lovely. You could, if you wanted to, add something to hold. So we're then coming up, pushing up and holding a weight. So we could add some more strength to it. Lovely. Just from the side. So again, coming up, bending, lowering, straightening. Lovely. Right, from here, a little bit more mobilization into the hip, but also balancing because our other leg is having to stabilize us. So we're going to literally just let the legs swing forward and back. I'm going to do this for half the time, and then we're going to take the leg in the other direction. So how does that feel? Letting the legs sort of relax. Visualize it lengthening and just getting that gentle swing. So we're mobilizing the hips forward and back. My other foot, again, I can feel it really working to keep me stable. That's keeping nice and still. This side is moving around, so this leg is having to sort of think, right, got to keep her still. Right, from here, I'm now going to take the leg out and across. So again, that ball and joint socket is being moving forward and back, side to side. Again, just be guided by how this feels. Lovely. And resting from there. From here, a couple of other moves. We're going to do like a little bounce into a skater jump. Normally we do our side to side, which is brilliant, but I'm going to add a little bit of a bounce, so we're adding a bit more power into the leg that's going to take us off. So I'm landing, gently bounce, bounce, switch, bounce, bounce, switch. If the bouncing wasn't comfortable and didn't want to do that, that's fine. We can still just do the skaters. I'm having to land, balance, go into that bounce, which actually is really quite tricky. Doesn't feel very fluid, but I think once we get into that rhythm, bounce. So as you're gearing up to spring, side step away. That really is quite tricky. Lovely, good. And then the last move we're going to do is just one where we're going to sort of spiral, rotate and stretch. So we're going to keep my right leg grounding on the floor, my right foot. I'm going to reach down to the outside of my right shin, bending my knee, hips back. My back leg might come off the floor, it can stay on the floor. I then come up and then bring my left knee up, reach up to the opposite side. Come back down, unspiral. My left knee is going to bend and come out behind me. And then I'm going to come back up again. So I'm keeping my left leg off the floor. But again, we don't have to. We can keep that foot on the floor. We can rotate down. And then we come back up again. Still keep the foot on the floor. Rotate up. We're still getting that rotation. Whoops. And that balance. And then that gentle sort of stretch. And rest. Now, obviously, in the class, we'll do 2 rounds and we'll do the other side. So there we go. A few moves that we'll be doing later on are regular moves to see how we're progressing and how our balance improves. So mobilizations, which again, all help work towards our balance. If things are moving easier, have that flexibility, then that will all help with our balance as and when we need to call upon it. And then just adding some variety, so we're moving in different planes of motion. We're not always just going forward and back, because again, we need to suddenly move out of the way, stop, you name it, and hopefully we've got it covered. Let me know how you get on. How is your balance? I'd love to know. And if you want to find out any more or join us, again, DM me and let me know. Have a super day, have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Take care.